All right. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our update webinar this evening. Today is September 10th, 2014, and it is truly an honor to be here as your CVO in front of all of you this evening on our live webinar. For those of you that are chimed in on our conference bridge, we welcome you as well. And for those of you that are chimed in internationally from all different countries around the world, it could be morning, it could be afternoon, and it could very well be evening. And we want to personally say thank you. Before I get into any of the information that I want to share with you, I also want to take time out to personally thank our support team. They have been really supportive throughout this entire time. They have been fielding a lot of questions. They have been serving people. They have been answering emails. They have been posting things on our social networks. And for that, I am truly thankful. I'm also very thankful to your leadership. The leadership of this company, the individuals that are your ambassador leaders, are truly, in my opinion, second to none. We've got a lot of great individuals on our team in the Genesis family. These individuals are your individual team leaders, but collectively, they are truly a powerhouse. They truly have your best interest at heart. They represent you thoroughly. They bring up all the concerns. And but what I love most about them is that I can say from the ones that I have personally dealt with over the last couple of weeks, they are what I call servant leaders. Leaders that focus on the service to many as opposed to having the many trying to serve them. And to me, that deserves a huge clap. So I just want to personally ask you all to do me a favor and let's just type clap for your support team, clap to your leaders. They have truly been incredible during this transition and overall during our beta. Now, beta, as we originally started, as you guys know, just giving you a little quick history, when we started back in February, we told a lot of the individuals that got started with us in the beginning, and it was a small group of us, but we talked about beta simply meant bugs expected to appear. And that's really what it was in the very beginning when we got started back in February. And we had three particular questions that we consistently ask ourselves as a company as part of our core values. And we're going to touch a little bit on that more on Saturday. But the three questions that we're going to focus on for our call this evening is, number one, is this good for our customers? As you've heard me say time and time again, customers are the bloodline to your business. It doesn't matter if it's a network marketing business, if it's an online business, if it's an offline business, if it's a brick and mortar business. Every business has that one common denominator, and that's customers. And I've learned a quote years ago is that customer service is not a department, it is an attitude. It is how you treat these people that makes all the difference. Some customers are willing to pay more because of the service that they receive, because that alone brings quality to that relationship. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you would agree with that philosophy. The second question that we actually say to ourselves is it good for our ambassadors? Okay, when we talk about our ambassadors, we talk about everyone, but we have a special sensitivity towards the average person. Now, what am I talking about, the average person? In this industry, there is an alarming statistic that 95% of the individuals that participate in this industry ultimately fail. They fail for so many different reasons that we're not going to dive into tonight, but for one of the key reasons is because the compensation plan is not designed for them. They're designed for the leaders, they're designed for the go-getters, they're designed for the individuals that have success, that have large networks, that have incredible skills, and those are the individuals that most of these compensation plans are there and designed for. So many people have had broken dreams that have become nightmares in this industry, which is why they have so many different stigmas when you think about this industry. And then the third thing is it profitable for the company? And that is extremely important. When you're looking at a company the company's goal is to still be in profit when it's all said and done. Genesis would rather take home, if you will, less on their end as long as the masses get paid on theirs. We believe that volume will take care of us because it's all about the little guy, the average gal, the average man. And if we can find a way to create a legal, moral, and ethical way, and most importantly, a compliant way for us to be successful in this industry, then we have to be willing to make that sacrifice on our end so that average people can succeed. And that truly takes a lot of work because there are so many different intricacies when it comes to our industry. There are so many different laws, there are so many different rules, there are so many different regulations, which is why we've had several proposals since we started back in February. Now, what I'm about to share with you this evening, you can, as my buddy David says, I love this concept. Today, I'm asking you to get rid of your crayon. I'm asking you to get rid of your pencil. I'm asking you to pull out your magic markers because this is in ink. This is exactly what we have come up with. This is going to be our new compensation plan. So you guys are going to have an opportunity tonight to witness what we're talking about, okay? And as we progress forward, understand one key philosophy. And I just want to make sure that everybody gets this. We're not changing because we have to change for whatever other reasons. We would change because the laws change. And that's extremely important. So we as a company will continue to evaluate quarter by quarter to make sure that the laws are consistent with our opportunities. If we do not stay consistent with the laws that govern our industry, then we could get caught blindsided. Does that make sense to everyone in the webinar tonight, on the webinar, in the conference bridge? Does that make sense to everybody? So we will consistently do that. But we had a great conversation with our legal team. We had a great conversation on the corporate side. And we believe now we have found a balance for us to be able to now put it in ink or magic marker as we move forward, okay? So with that being said, if you're ready, if you got your magic marker, if you got your notepad, let's go ahead and we're going to talk to you about the tweaks that we've had from our previous webinar on Monday, and I believe you all are going to enjoy what you hear tonight. Let's start with the first thing. As you know, now beta means better enhancements to appear, but tonight we also have a new acronym for beta, and that's boosts expected to appear. How many of you want to see a boost in your income, a boost in your business, a boost in sales for the company, and a boost in your organization? And that's what we're going to be focusing on. That's one of our key words for tonight, and we're going to be sharing all these things with you. So here's one of the first things that we're going to be doing to help you all get started. The first thing we're going to be implementing starting next month is something called a Fast Start Award. This is going to be catered to the new person getting started right away. Okay, so we're talking about brand new affiliates that come into our opportunity, and this will start next month. We'll give you guys the go ahead when you understand when it gets started. But the goal is, if a Pearl, and we're using Pearl as our model because most average people would start at the Pearl level, okay? But if you were to refer 3 paid ambassadors in your first 30 days, you're going to also receive a $50 cash bonus. This is a great way to help people to start building their organization, start paying it forward, start sharing the opportunity, and giving them incentives to tell as many people as possible so they can find 3. Remember the law of averages. It doesn't matter if you talk to 10 to find your 3. The whole goal is to help find 3 people. Help 3 to become free. That is the whole goal behind our Fast Start Awards, okay? So you guys are going to be able to see that, and that's going to be really something that can help you guys grow your business. How many of you are excited about referring 3 paid ambassadors? Now, we're not talking about our Topaz customers. We're talking about Pearl and above, okay? So we're talking about $50. You guys like the sound of that? especially when you start thinking about our international affiliates where the currency exchange is a little different. So imagine our family in Laos, or our family in Hungary, or our family in some of these smaller Caribbean countries like Jamaica or Haiti as an example. These are definitely ways for you to help them. $50 US is big dollars for them. So this is a great way to kind of give them a boost for going out there and doing a boost in sales. Okay. Now, another thing that we're going to be having is that if you upgrade, for example, to a paid position like Pearl, Ruby, Sapphire, or Emerald, and purchase $100 in product units, you will be lifetime qualified for the 2x5 matrix, and that without sponsoring anyone. Okay. Now, we do put here in parentheses limited time, because that's just for let's just call it legal purposes. In case we have to make a change in the future, that's the only reason why we put limited time. But until then, that is exactly what you will do. So once you go ahead and you have that Pearl, go ahead and upgrade, for example, and purchase $100 in product units. As an example, in this case, they would be lifetime qualified for the 2x5 matrix. So this is something that they can have control for themselves. How many of you guys like the sound of this one so far? If so, go ahead and type a Y in the webinar right now. Okay, now let's talk about your new daily and monthly tasks. We've had a chance to talk it over with legal, and we had a chance to brainstorm on this side on corporate, and we believe we have found the balance. Okay, so let's talk about the first one. Now, if you view your daily task, okay, is called, you have to view 25 websites per day. That's 6 days a week. That's Monday through Saturday. Okay, once again, you have to view 25 websites per day. Each of your websites have a 12-second timer on there. Now, when you do the math, that's exactly 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. That's exactly 5 minutes for that. How many of you agree that the average person can view 25 websites per day from the comfort of their home? All right. The next thing is that you're going to have to place 2 free pay-it-forward URLs or websites in our traffic exchange, and that's one time. That is total what we're talking about here. That's one time total. That doesn't mean every month. This just simply means 2 for the lifetime that you are an ambassador with Genesis. Okay, so every affiliate will be required to have 2 pay-it-forward. These are small to mid-sized businesses, preferably brick and mortar businesses, and we're giving them free global traffic inside of our personal traffic exchange. They'll never have to pay, you'll never have to pay, but this is our way to help them to first get their message in the marketplace, and then ultimately we'll start to create strategic alliances with these businesses to help them get their products or services into the world marketplace as well. Now, the third thing for your task is that a Pearl and a Ruby, okay, Pearl and Ruby ambassadors would have to sell or purchase a minimum of 10 PV per month, okay? So if you're a Pearl or a Ruby ambassador, you would have to sell or purchase 10 PV per month. So for example, an I Believe band, Commingle, a View pack, a Bid pack, all these things are just small minimum qualifications to keep it affordable. But another thing that you're doing, because you're getting such great rewards, is you have to contribute in some way, shape, or form to the sales of the company. If you are a Sapphire and an Emerald, you will have to sell or purchase 20 PV per month, okay? So if you're a Sapphire or Emerald, you will have to sell or purchase 20 PV per month. So we wanted to keep it simple. We wanted to keep it low so that it's average person friendly. So if that person's a Pearl or Ruby, their PV minimum for the month is 10. If they're a Sapphire or Emerald, their PV for the month is 20 PV. Okay? You guys like that so far? Those are minimum qualifications. Again, is keeping it simple and average person friendly. Okay? And that's product volume. Okay? And you'll learn about all that. We'll have a webinar focused specifically on product volume, meaning some of our products and services that we offer in the Genesis opportunity. Next, you're going to have to use all your bids from the monthly packages in the auction each month, okay? Now, this doesn't mean that you have to go and use one bid per day. You don't have to do that because we want you to be able to bid on what you actually want to bid on. And in each of our ambassador packages, we have now given you bids, and that's going to be starting next month as well. Everyone's going to get a number of bids in their ambassador package, and all you simply have to use them in the auction. Okay, this is extremely important. The auction is going to be one of the major income streams of our company. Remember, we're moving products, we're moving services, and this is one of our new ways for us to generate income as a company, and one of the most exciting ways for you to bid, win, shop. We're talking about entertainment shopping at its finest, and you guys are going to learn so much more about our auction as well. Okay, so that's it. All you have to do is use them, okay, by the end of the month. Now, if you complete all of these simple tasks, you will earn 100 Genesis coins per day. Okay, so again, that's 100 Genesis coins per day, 6 days per week. We're talking about Monday through Saturday. Okay, that's as simple as that. We did share with you, I'm just going to repeat it for clarification, that the value of each Genesis coin, whether it be redeemed for product or for cash, will be 10 cents each. Okay, all right. Now, those are the simple daily and monthly tasks. How many of you guys like the enhancement on this so far? If you like that, please go ahead and type Y in the webinar. I thought you would. I love it. It's average person friendly. And if it's average person friendly, then it's absolutely explosive for the leadership. Now let's talk about what you're going to have to do if you want to get a boost every single month. We're going to be talking about that, okay? Now, this is what we're going to be calling your performance boost, okay? We're going to be calling it your Genesis Performance Boost. Now, to qualify for your boost, here's what you have to do. Number one, you still have to do all of your regular tasks that we just mentioned, but you're going to double the ad views. So, for example, if you were viewing 25 a day, if you want to qualify for your boost, then you're going to have to view 50 per day. So an extra 25 ads is the first qualification, okay, for your boost. And the second thing is that you'll have to double your PV requirement, okay? So for example, so let's just say you're a Pearl or a Ruby, okay? You just need to do an additional 10 PV or a total of 20 PV for the month to qualify for your boost, okay? And if you're a Sapphire or an Emerald, you just have to do an additional 20 PV for a total of 40 PV, okay, to qualify for your boost. And you will also have to post one free ad per day to promote our auction. You just have to copy and paste one ad per day to promote on our auction. We will provide you with the ads. We will give you suggestions. We will have a video to show you how to simply post an ad, and you will be able to do that. Remember, your PV or product volume can be attained with any one product. So for example, we just had our wireless webinar, and if you happen to be able to sign up for our wireless service at $40 per month, that instantly qualifies you for 40 PV. So it's not something you have to do you have to sign up, if you will, every month. You're already on it. You are a prosumer. So if you do all of these simple tasks, so if you double your ad views or your website views, and you double your PV, and then you just do one more additional task, which is to post your one free ad per day to promote our auction, you now qualify for your boost. Okay, how many of you guys like the sound of that? If you like the sound of that, please go ahead and type a Y in the webinar right now. Now, to be fair to all of our ambassadors, both existing and the new, we decided to put together what we call a boost tier percentage. And what that simply means, just like in the matrix qualifications, you will have a maximum tier commission. So what's true for the matrix is also going to be true for our rewards club. So let me give you an example. Our Pearls boost will be a 5% boost. A ruby will be able to qualify for a 10% boost. A sapphire will be able to qualify for a 15% boost, and an emerald will be able to qualify for a 20% boost. So this is what we're going to do to give you guys an opportunity to qualify for your boost. So based on your ambassador rank, okay, you now can qualify for a 5, 10, 15, or 20% boost on your Genesis Coins balance at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 1st and on the 15th for your performance, product volume, and for completing all your tasks. See, this is why you're getting the boost. You're getting the boost because you are performing more, you're bringing product volume to the company, and you're completing all of your tasks, okay? So this is what we talked about with legal, to be fair, to be compliant, and so we decided to just make it as simple as that across the board. Now, your boost, if you qualify for it, you will get it on the 5th if you qualify it on the 1st, and you'll get it on the 20th if you qualify for it on the 15th. Now, you will still be able to redeem up to 30% per redemption period. The redemption periods, okay, on your coins are the 1st and the 15th of every calendar month. The 1st and the 15th on every calendar month. Now, your ambassador rank on the 1st will determine your boost on the 15th. So let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Let's just say you were a pearl on the 1st, but you decided to upgrade to emerald on the 10th. Well, because you were a pearl on the 1st of the month, you will be able to still get your 5% boost on the 1st. But as the 15th, you will start now under the new rank, which is emerald, so you will be able to qualify for your emerald rank after the 15th. Okay, so we just wanted to make sure that everybody understands that. Okay, so whatever your ambassador rank is on the 15th will determine your boost on the 1st. So we didn't want you to lose the whole month, but to keep it simple, whatever you start the month with is what you get your first boost on. Wherever you're at in the middle will determine what you get your next boost on, okay? So this is what we've decided to do to make it completely compliant and move forward, okay? Now, let's talk about the overrides on your daily tasks, okay? Because each ranking ambassador can still earn additional coins as they build their sales team. As a Pearl, you're going to be able to earn 7% commissions on your first level personally sponsored ambassadors Genesis Coins reward. So as an example, you sponsor me, I qualify for my 100 coins for the day for completing my task. You get a 7% override, so you earn 7 coins for the day. As a Ruby, same thing applies. You get 7% on level 1 and 3% on level 2. As a Sapphire, you will earn 8% or 8 coins per qualified ambassador on level 1 and 5% or 5 coins on everyone qualified on level 2. Now, number 3 is the Emerald. The Emerald gets a 10% override on level 1 or 10 coins per ambassador, 5% on level 2 or 5 coins per ambassador, and 5% on level 3 on every qualified ambassador. And again, this will also help your Genesis coins explode with growth. Because remember, whatever your coin balance is on the 15th, if you meet the qualification for our performance boost, it'll go based on the total number of coins you have accumulated up to that point. This is a huge raise for everybody in the company, and this also makes us way more compliant for the long haul. Now, when it comes to redeeming your Genesis coins, every ambassador rank has what's called a redemption tier. So at the Pearl rank, you'll be able to redeem up to $1,000 in cash per month each redemption period, or a maximum of $500 per redemption period at the rank of Pearl. At the rank of Ruby, you'll be able to redeem up to $2,500 in cash per month, or a maximum of $1,250 per redemption period. At the rank of Sapphire, you get a huge raise. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. You'll be able to redeem up to $7,500 per month at the Sapphire level, or a maximum of $3,750 per redemption period. And remember, that's on the 1st and the 15th of the month. And as the Emerald, you can redeem your cash rewards up to $20,000 per month, and that's $10,000 max each redemption period. And we're still just talking about your Genesis coins. We're not talking about your matrix. We're not talking about product units. We are just simply talking about your Genesis coins. Okay, so let me give you some quick examples to show you what we mean with the whole boost scenario. Let's say, for example, in this example, you had 100,000 Genesis coins, and you decided to redeem 30,000 of your Genesis coins at 10 cents a coin. That gives you $3,000 that you'll be able to redeem on the 1st, if you choose, or if it was the 15th, whichever day it was at that time. Okay, now that would leave you with a 70,000 Genesis coin balance at the end of the night at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Because you did all the qualified tasks to complete for your performance boost, you will get that, whatever your balance was, times 20%, which equals 14,000 Genesis coins. So you will now be awarded 5 days later on the 5th of, let's just call it October as an example, you would get an additional 14,000 coins. So when you add your 70 plus your 14,000, your boost brought you right back up to 84,000 coins. Now keep in mind, you're still doing your daily tasks, so you have the potential to earn over the next redemption period by yourself an additional 1,300 personal Genesis coins, because you're completing your personal task. And if you have a team that you're growing, that means you get the overrides plus personal sales when you're buying any products and services and purchases. And this could help you regrow your Genesis coin balance in this example to potentially right back to where you were at 100,000 again. And so if you redeemed once again 30%, now you're able to get, in this example, you would have redeemed $6,000 in cash with this particular strategy. Now, let's pretend for conversation's sake you did another scenario, okay? Now, another scenario would be, let's say, for example, you started with 100,000 coins, okay? And it's the first redemption period, all right? That's where you're at. You qualified for your boost, so you get a 20% boost in your coins. So now you just earned an additional 20,000 Genesis coins, which now brings your balance to 120,000 Genesis coins, okay? Now, let's just pretend you decided to bypass that redemption period. Let's just say you said, you know what, I'm trying to build my coin balance. I'm trying to get to a residual type of income for the Genesis Rewards Club, okay? So on the 1st of November, just pretending, we're not talking about with your daily tasks, just giving you some ideas. So on the 1st of November, in this example, you started with 120,000 Genesis coins. You qualified again for your 20% boost. That gave you an additional 24,000 coins. So when you add the 120 you started with plus the 24, that now takes you to 144,000 Genesis coins. Okay, now remember, you get your boost twice in 1 month as long as you qualify. So on the 15th of the month, in this example, let's pretend you had 144,000 coins. You qualify for your boost at 20% in this example. And again, this is for illustration purposes only. All right. You would have then qualified for a 20% boost on the 144. So now you get 28,800 Genesis coins on that boost, plus the 144 that you already started with. So that now takes you to 172,800 Genesis coins. Let's say you said, man, I'm going to keep this strategy going. I'm building towards my, vacation pay. I'm building towards my Christmas fund. I'm building towards my fire my boss money, whatever you wanted to do. Okay. Again, this is a strategy. This doesn't mean that we are insinuating you should do this strategy. You choose what's best for you and your family. But in this example, once again, you had the December 1st, you were at 172,800 as we're stating in this example. You qualified again for another 20% boost. That's another 34,560 Genesis coins, plus the 172.8 that you were already at, which now gives you a new balance of 184,000. I'm sorry, that gives you a new balance of 184,000. And now you see how it just keeps growing and keeps growing and keeps growing. And again, this is just for illustration purposes and provided that you actually qualify for the boost. And keep this in mind. Our Genesis coins never expire. They never expire. So they have a life cycle of their own. As you earn them, you can redeem your coins for cash, and you will also be able to redeem them for products from our Genesis shopping network. So this will give you the opportunity to do a combination of both. Remember, you have a maximum amount of cash that you can redeem, but you also have the opportunity to redeem some coins for product. So maybe you want to do some birthday gifts, maybe you want to do some incentives, maybe you want to do some prizes, contests, whatever it is that you want to do, we're going to be able to help you there. Now, as we are going through this transition, for all the affiliates that decide to continue forward with us, with GGN, as we move from beta into pre-launch, then you're going to get, whatever your balance is, you're going to get a 25% Genesis coin bonus. That is our way of saying thank you for being with us, thank you for believing in us, and thank you for sticking with us during this transition, okay? So this gives you the opportunity to get a boost, if you will, your very first boost from the company, just for bearing with us during this transition, okay? So this is really what we're very excited about. This is our way of saying thank you for being with us during this transition. Now that you understand where we're going, now that you got your magic marker, your Sharpie, you got it all out, now let's talk about the power of the August extravaganza. We at corporate decided to extend this through the 30th. We knew that you guys originally had it to be ended on the 15th of September, but we wanted to make sure that everybody can take full advantage of this promotion. So right now, in a way to boost your coins, to go out there and boost your team, to go out there and boost your sales, boost your commissions, and boost yourself into the pre-launch with us as a rocket would boost off the ground, we want to give you an opportunity to get 5 Genesis coins for every dollar of sales or purchases in any of our products or services that we have in the Genesis opportunity, okay? Now, the sponsor will get a 50% match. So let me just give you simple numbers for conversation's sake, okay? Let's just say you bought a $100 lend a hand pack for Dr. Teresa, okay? You bought something to be kind to someone, to help them through the process, and now you're going to get 500 Genesis coins for that purchase, okay? But then your sponsor in this case would get 250 Genesis coins. Now, I'm going to touch on this because I think it's extremely important. It's going to be on one of the future slides, but I think this is the perfect time and segue to discuss it. We know that some of you bought things like lend a hands, and some of you bought things like when we were doing deals of the week in the beginning. We understand that it's not dollar for dollar when it got transitioned into Genesis coins. But keep in mind, you're getting the 25% boost on your coin balance come October 1st, and you're also going to be able to get and qualify for up to 20% boost twice a month. So over time, the value will take care of itself. That is our way of saying thank you for going with us during this transition, which is why we were looking to give you the additional 25%. You see, we told you guys from the beginning that our goal is to make everyone whole. You see, we're more concerned today about our existing ambassadors. You see, all of you have come with us through the heartaches, through the changes, through the pain, as well as through the pleasure. You all had a chance to come with us and see the tweaks here, the tweaks there. You had a chance to see what we're doing. You had to be a part of the process with us, and you decided to take that step of faith. So we decided to do something back for you so that you can be the stories of tomorrow. So we still wanted to make sure that we took care of you, and at the same time, do something special that we believe that will attract the people, the ambassadors, and the customers of tomorrow. Now, all of this, because of the extravaganza and because of what we're doing, we want to give ourselves time as well. This is just me being transparent, me being fair and open and honest. Give us a chance, because you're looking at, as an example, 50 cents is what you're getting on every dollar in a boost. And keep in mind, you have the opportunity to qualify for double boosts per month. So that's why we've decided to award your coins on November 15th. This gives us, as a company, a chance to generate new revenue, new profits, new sales, so we can give you an extra boost as you gear up for the holiday season. What a way to get ready for Thanksgiving. What a way to get ready for Christmas for those that celebrate Christmas. And what a way to start propelling yourself for the new year. Okay? All right. Let's move on. Now, we are also going to be working on some creative ways to help you to grow your Genesis Coins balance. For example, Genesis will periodically run contests. Genesis will also have giveaways. Genesis will also do promotions. Genesis will give you guys an opportunity to earn more coins for customer acquisition, and more and more and more to come, okay? And another thing that you guys are going to be able to do is pay it forward and empower your team. We're going to be able to allow you guys to be able to transfer or gift up to 1,000 Genesis coins per affiliate per year. Let's say you got this newbie that's just getting started and they've been doing a great job, and you just want to reward them. You know, maybe they went out there and they tried to tell people about Genesis, but they weren't listening at the moment. Maybe they didn't want to get started, but you saw how they got started. And you said, you know what? I want to reward you for trying. I want to reward you for being on every webinar. I want to reward you because you did the task too. That's amazing. You qualified for your fast start bonus, you qualified for your double bonus, and you qualified to get going. I like that. And so me, as your leader, I'm going to give you X amount of coins. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the family. And that's the whole purpose of that. So you guys can start running your own promotions. And as you big leaders start to build your organizations, some of you will be able to accumulate up to hundreds of thousands of Genesis coins that you can give away. And that's a great way to show the spirit of giving and to show the spirit of servant leadership inside of your own organization. Now, product units, okay, just touching on this again. Product units are where you're going to be able to purchase, if you will, products from GGN, okay, or you're basically saying to GGN, hey, Genesis, I love where you guys are going. I'm excited about this. I'd like you to pick the products for me, sell the products for me, and let's go ahead, and I'm willing to share the profits because you guys are doing all the heavy lifting, okay? So this is where the product units is presently in our compensation plan, okay? Now, what you'll be able to do, you'll be able to purchase them in $100 increments only. So the minimum purchase is $100. If you want to purchase another pack, it's going to cost you $100, and you just keep going from there. Okay? You will be able to earn quarterly sales profits based on whatever your PU balance is. And you'll be able to receive your original purchase price back at the end of 12 months. We will sell the products for you, and then we'll pay you your determined quarterly percentage after 3 months, and then again after 6 months, and then again at 9 months, and then again at 12 months. And at the end of 12 months, Genesis will once again return the full amount of your initial purchase price, because if you were selling the merchandise yourself, you would be doing it for a profit. It's like, for example, you bought some wholesale items, you sold them at retail, you get back your wholesale money plus the additional profit, okay? So this is what the whole product unit model is, and we'll spend a webinar on that while we're going through this transition. Now, let's go back to the conversions, because this all kind of makes sense for you, okay? Now, for all of our existing ambassadors, okay, you will convert the BU to, we will convert your BUs to product units 1 for 1, because it's a dollar for dollar value. So the BUs that you purchase out of your pocket or from cash and your wallet will turn into PUs. All the BUs from the 70% internal or the repurchases from our old Genesis rewards pool will convert into Genesis coins. Genesis coins will be able to be redeemed for cash or products, once again, at 10 cents each, okay? And the Genesis rewards pool ended last Saturday at midnight, not tonight. Sorry about that. I forgot to take that out of my slide. Okay, and remember that your cash earnings on the product units are the exact same percentages as the Genesis coin. So just like a Pearl earns a 7% override on their first level, you earn a 7% override on the product units as well. Ruby gets 7% on their first level, 3% on their second. Sapphire gets 8% on their first level, 5% on their second. And Emerald gets 10% on their first level, 5% on their second, and 5% on their third. And that will be paid in cash to your available balance. And you will be able to purchase more product units from your cash balance as well. Now, with all that being said, we believe that we have covered 95% of our ambassadors inside the Genesis family. We believe that we have put together a model that will be exciting, that will be fair, and that will be profitable for everyone across the board. Now, remember, as I've shared time and time again, and in case you're brand new listening to this for the very first time tonight, and you're already an existing ambassador with Genesis, one of the things that I've always talked about is that revenue sharing is not illegal. Companies do it all the time, okay? But the qualifications for that are sometimes so extreme that only the creme de la creme, only the top producers, only the top income earners would be able to qualify for that, okay? And so we wanted to find something that we could still do something that's legal, that's moral, that's compliant, and that's sustainable to empower average people all over the world. But what's extremely important and why we're so generous with our coins, why we're doing what we're doing, is because we want to reward you for being with us during this process. But keep this in mind. As we do this together, just like we're sharing our rewards with you, you have to share in the responsibility to help us grow as a company. Don't ever let your minimums become your maximum. That's one of the things that my old mentor used to teach me. Don't make your minimums your maximums. Yes, it's a minimum of 10 PV or 20 PV or 20 and 40 based on your boost, but don't make it your minimum. You should come to Genesis with a philosophy that what can I do to help Genesis grow today? Because the more Genesis grows, the more my income grows. The more I'm able to take care of my family, the more I'm able to have a financial plan to get out of the rat race, or maybe to pay these bills, or to get out of debt, or to tithe some more to my church, or to take care of some nonprofit organization, or whatever it is that you're trying to do. Whatever it is, we have to share in that responsibility together. So my question to all of you that are on this webinar, can I count on you, the existing ambassadors, to help me, to help you, and let's share in this responsibility together. The only way that this model will work is we have to have sales. We believe that if we give you enough encouragement on the front end, you'll take care of us on the back end. We're willing to take less so you can make more, but we're counting on you to do the same. We're counting on you to help us to move these products and services. We're counting on you to become a prosumer and embrace the prosumer mindset. We're counting on you to have Genesis inside of you, not just you inside of Genesis. That's why we're called Genesis. Because we want to be a new beginning, a new dawn, a new era, a new opportunity for the sick and tired that are being sick and tired. For the newbie to have a fighting chance to finally enjoy this opportunity, this industry that I love so much, called network marketing. It is one of the craziest, most exciting, most rewarding, sometimes the most painful industry that you could be a part of. And I'm seeing it now from this side of the fence as well. So if we can create that culture that what's in it for we mentality, not what's in it for me, but that what's in it for we mentality. If we can have 1 million ambassadors that have brought that vision, the world will be a better place, because those 1 million people, that's 1 million communities, that's 1 million families, that's 1 million generations that have just been empowered because 1 million people decided to come with a philosophy, a mindset of what's in it for we. How can we empower the company? It's like John F. Kennedy said, what can you do for your country? I love that philosophy because that's called servant leadership. And so Genesis was created to serve others. Now, we do understand that you can't please everyone. We do understand that some people came in with one mindset, and this is what they wanted, and now they don't want that anymore, even though we believe we covered everybody with this. So if you fall in that 5% category, if you say, hey, I like where you guys are going, but it's not for me, that's okay. We want to be able to make you whole. We want to refund what you've spent out of your pockets. So we'd like you to send us an email to refunds, plural, at genesisglobal.bz. Once again, that's refunds at genesisglobal.bz. We need to have this in writing by September 30th so we can calculate, look at where you are, look at our total, and have our first batch ready for our refund batch on October 15th. Anything after that will be done on a individual basis. The best way I could discuss on an individual basis. We're still looking to make anyone whole, but again, we do understand you cannot please everyone. So we have to put that in place. And by the way, that makes us even more integrable, and that also makes us even more compliant. Now, you guys know that we have our company presentations. I'm excited to let you all know that we will be getting back to our company presentations, our opportunity webinars this Monday night, September 15th. We're going to be going back to our opportunity webinars on Mondays and Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have our normal scheduled program on Monday nights at 8 o'clock with Dr. Teresa Robinson, and on Wednesday nights with Larry Carstensen for Genesis Wireless. So you guys are going to be able to start building and building your teams again. And we're still going to be going through the transition, guys. Remember that. We're still going to be doing all the programming and everything on the back end. And our target date to have all this complete. Okay. And I only say target date because I'm learning a lot now about the technical world. Okay. Sometimes something that looks like it can take 5 minutes could take 5 weeks. And sometimes something that looks like it could take 5 weeks can take 5 minutes. Okay. I'm not saying that we're going to take 5 weeks. I am just simply saying that our target date is October 1st. When we started Genesis, ladies and gentlemen, we started Genesis to be a beacon of hope for people all around the world who were just flat out frustrated with this industry, statistics, not the industry at whole. And what I mean by that is they were tired of the 95% failure rate. They were just sick and tired of it. They were tired of the companies with the money and the management moving to Mexico, as my buddy calls it, the 4 M's. They were tired of company owners that weren't transparent. They were tired of leaders that were taking advantage of them. And they were tired of compensation plans that weren't designed for them. So over these next couple of weeks, we will have special webinars that will break other things down. We will have training webinars. So we'll have a more intense schedule for the next couple of weeks. So while we're doing the opportunities on Mondays and Wednesdays, we'll probably pick a day in that week and we'll do a training webinar as well. Because we want you guys to fully understand it. We know that you may not have been able to digest all of this in just one sitting, and that's okay. But we're going to break everything down piece by piece so that you can be successful with this opportunity. If you have the desire, then we have the blueprint to match. And it's our goal to empower you. It is our goal to bring light to your life. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that comes to the conclusion of our webinar this evening.